Do you learn new words but forget them fast? Does the word vanish the next morning like magic? It feels bad when memory does not help. You try again, but the word runs away. Many people face the same problem every day. Students, workers, even travelers forget new English words. But what if you never forget again? What if one word stayed with you forever? Think how easy speaking English would become then. Think how much confidence you would feel inside. Today, I will show you a simple trick. It is easy, clear, and works for everyone. You are watching Storytime English. This is the place where stories teach you English. Every story here gives you something new. Each one helps you grow step by step, so listen carefully and stay till the end. Now, let's begin our journey together. One morning, a boy named Alex sat with a notebook. He wanted to learn 10 new English words. He read the first word again and again, but after 5 minutes, his mind felt empty. He turned the page, but nothing stayed inside. The words were flying away like little birds. Alex closed his eyes and asked himself, "Why can't I remember these simple words?" Have you also felt this same frustration? Does your brain forget words even after practice? Alex wanted a real solution, not a quick fix. He needed a trick that worked every single time. Alex's teacher noticed his struggle in class. She walked to him and smiled gently. "Alex, words are like seeds," she said. "If you plant them right, they will grow." Alex looked confused but also curious. "How do I plant words, teacher?" he asked. The teacher gave him a small example. She said, "Think of the word courage. Don't just read it again and again. Make a short story with this word inside." Alex tried and spoke slowly with thought. "Yesterday, I showed courage in football practice." The teacher clapped and said, "That is planting." You used the word inside your own life. Have you ever tried this simple method? Do you see how it makes the words stronger? Alex felt a small light turn on inside. He finally understood why words always escaped him. The teacher explained it with more detail. Your brain loves stories more than lists. When you connect a word to a story, your memory holds it tight and safe. Alex nodded and wanted to test it. He chose the new word generous from the notebook. He closed his eyes and spoke out loud. "Yesterday, my friend was generous and shared food." The story was short, but it felt real. The word now had meaning, not just letters. Alex smiled because he remembered it clearly. This was the first time it felt easy. Do you see how fast this works? Would you like to try it right now? The teacher gave Alex more practice words. This time, the words were hope and proud. Alex built a quick story with both. "I felt hope when the rain finally stopped." He paused, then added another short line. "My parents felt proud when I won a medal." The teacher smiled and said, "Perfect example. Now these words will never leave your mind." Alex was surprised by the power of stories. It felt easier than memorizing again and again. He looked at his notebook with new energy. Every word became a character with a role. Do you want to remember words like Alex? Can you imagine how strong your English will grow? That night, Alex wanted to test himself. He sat alone with his notebook on the desk. He covered the words with his hand carefully. Then he tried to speak them without looking. Generous, courage, hope, proud, he said softly. To his surprise, every word came back clearly. Alex felt proud of himself in that moment. For the first time, he trusted his memory. The next day, he used them in conversation. He told Mia, his friend, "My father is generous." Mia smiled and replied, "That's a beautiful word." Alex felt happy because the trick was working. Do you see how he used the words? Can you also try this with your friends? Mia wanted to know his secret quickly. She asked, "How did you remember so fast?" Alex explained the simple trick step by step. "I make a story with every new word." Mia looked curious and tried one herself. She chose the word brave from her notebook. She spoke slowly with a little smile. "Yesterday, my sister was brave during the storm." Alex clapped his hands with excitement for her. "Yes, that is how you plant the word." Mia laughed because it felt fun and easy. She said, "This way, words stay in the heart." Do you notice how friends can learn together? Would you like to try with your best friend? The teacher saw both Alex and Mia improving. She decided to give them a bigger challenge. She wrote 3 words on the board slowly. The words were kind, success, and journey. "Make one story with all 3 words," she said. "Connect them like beads on a necklace." Alex thought for a moment with focus. Then he said, "A kind man helped me today. His advice gave me success in my work, and my journey felt brighter because of him." Mia listened and felt inspired by his words. She quickly made her own small story. Do you see how one story joined 3 words? Can you try this challenge with 3 words too? Mia wanted to test her memory after lunch. She closed her notebook and sat under a tree. She whispered the words gently to herself. Kind, success, journey. They came without effort. She felt shocked because it never happened before. Her memory was holding words like strong glue. Alex joined her with a big smile. He asked, "Did the words stay in your head?" Mia laughed and shouted, "Yes, every single one." She felt more confident than ever in English. The teacher saw their joy from the classroom window. She knew the trick would change their future. Have you felt this happiness after remembering words? Wouldn't you enjoy English more if words stayed forever? The next week, Alex faced a bigger test. His school announced an English storytelling competition. At first, Alex felt a little nervous inside. He wondered if he could remember enough words. Then he remembered the teacher's golden advice. Words grow strong when you plant them in stories. So Alex decided to prepare in a new way. He picked 10 fresh words from his notebook. Each night he made a mini story. Each story connected one word with his real life. By the weekend, the stories became easy songs. The words repeated naturally without hard effort. Have you ever prepared for exams like this? Can you imagine how much easier it would feel? The day of the competition finally arrived. Students gathered in the big hall with excitement. Alex held his paper but felt calm inside. He trusted his stories and the words within. When his name was called, he walked forward. The hall was silent and eyes were watching. He began with a simple smile on his face. "My journey taught me courage and hope," he said. Each word flowed naturally, like water from a river. He did not stop or search in his mind. The audience listened with interest and nodded slowly. They felt his words because they were real. Have you noticed how stories create strong emotions? Wouldn't you like people to listen to your English? When Alex finished, the hall filled with claps. The teacher smiled proudly from the front row. Alex felt his heart beat fast with joy. He had spoken every word without forgetting once. The judges whispered to each other for a while. Then they announced, "Alex wins the first prize!" Mia jumped with excitement and hugged her friend. She said, "Your stories made every word shine." Alex looked around and saw many students smiling. They wanted to try this memory trick too. The teacher raised her hand and spoke clearly. Remember, words live longer when they live in stories. Do you see how practice brings success? Can you imagine yourself winning with strong English? After the competition, Mia felt inspired deeply. She wanted to test herself in real life. That evening, she joined her family at dinner. She decided to use 3 new English words. She smiled and said, "Today was a beautiful journey. My teacher was kind, and I felt proud." Her parents looked surprised and very happy. They said, "Your English sounds clear and confident." Mia realized the trick was changing her daily talk. The words stayed inside because they carried meaning. She told Alex the next day at school. He laughed and said, "See, stories are magic." Have you tried using words with your family? Wouldn't it feel amazing when they notice your progress? Alex and Mia became popular in their class. Other students asked, "How do you remember words?" Instead of keeping the trick only for themselves, they decided to share it with everyone. The teacher gave them 5 minutes in class. She said, "Show your friends how stories help." Alex wrote the word friendship on the board. He said, "Watch carefully as I make a story. My friendship gave me courage during hard exams. Because of that, my journey became full of hope." Then Mia stood up with a gentle smile. She used the word dream in her own line. "My dream is strong because I practice every day. Each story makes my dream brighter and closer." The class clapped because it felt simple and fun. Every student wanted to try the trick themselves. Have you noticed how teaching makes learning stronger? Wouldn't you love to teach others what you know? Soon the news spread across the whole school. Students from other classes became curious and excited. They asked the teacher, "Can we also learn this?" The teacher nodded and called Alex and Mia forward. Together, they showed the simple trick once again. They chose the word teamwork for the big group. Alex said, "Teamwork gave me success in football practice." Mia added, "Teamwork makes every journey easier and brighter." The hall filled with laughter and happy voices. Students shouted their own short stories with new words. Some used kindness, some used bravery, some used future. Each story was unique, but the words stayed strong. The school principal watched and felt very proud. He said, "This method will help the entire school." Do you see how one idea can spread fast? Can you imagine your whole class learning like this? A few weeks later, the school held an assembly. The principal invited Alex and Mia onto the stage. He praised them for sharing the memory trick. He said, "You have helped many students grow." The audience clapped and cheered with excitement. Alex and Mia felt proud, but also humble. They looked at each other and smiled softly. They knew stories had changed their English forever. The principal gave them both small golden medals. He said, "These medals are for courage and kindness." Alex held his medal high with shining eyes. Mia whispered, "This is only the beginning, Alex. Have you noticed how small steps bring big rewards? Wouldn't you like to be recognized for your effort?" Months passed, and the change was clear everywhere. Students spoke with confidence in class and outside. Alex and Mia saw English becoming natural. They no longer feared forgetting new words again. The teacher felt proud watching their bright journey. She said, "You proved learning can be joyful." Even small children in lower grades used the trick. They made funny little stories with their words. the school became known for strong English skills. Visitors asked, "What secret do your students use?" The answer was simple, but powerful, like magic. "We remember words forever because we put them in stories." Alex and Mia looked back at their beginning. They realized forgetting words was their biggest teacher. They turned weakness into strength through one easy method, and this strength would stay with them for life. Have you also turned a problem into power? Can you see how one trick can change everything? So today, you learned a simple but powerful secret. Stories can make vocabulary stay with you forever. Now it is your turn to practice daily. Take one word and make a small story. You will feel confident and remember it for life. Step by step, your English will grow stronger. If you enjoyed this story, share it with friends. Maybe they also want to remember words forever. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful stories, and write in the comments your favorite new word. You are part of Storytime English family now. Together we will make your English easy and fun.